to Homebuyer University. One of the biggest questions first-time buyers ask is, how much do I need for a down payment? Today, we'll cover what a down payment is, how much you'll actually need, and figure out what makes the most sense for you. And stick around until the end because I'll share a bonus hack that could help you get into a home sooner. I'm Steph Douglas, broker and CEO of Open House Austin. I bought my first home at 24. Now I own multiple homes, and I want to share the strategies that can make your path to homeownership smoother. At Open House Austin, we believe in homeownership for all, and we believe in the value that homeownership brings to you, our communities, and your financial future. That's why we created Homebuyer University, to create a clear step-by-step path to your first home. Let's tackle one of the biggest hurdles to homeownership together, the down payment. A down payment is the upfront cash you put toward buying a home. The rest of the purchase price is covered by your mortgage. For example, if you're buying a $300,000 home, you're putting 10% down, that's $30,000 down, and the rest of the $270,000 is covered by your lender. You probably heard that you need 20% down, but that's not the full story. While 20% does help you avoid private mortgage insurance or PMI, most loans only require 3 to 5% down. We actually have another video that breaks down PMI and why it matters, so check that out here if you want a deeper dive. For now, let's just run the numbers on a $300,000 home. 3% down is $9,000, 5% down is $15,000, and 20% down is $60,000. See how much those numbers vary? That's why knowing your loan options is key. How do you know what's best for your situation? Here are a few things to think about. Savings and timeline. If saving 20% down would take you years, it might make sense to buy with less down and start building equity. You could also use a loan program. There are a lot of first-time buyer programs that help with lower down payments or even down payment assistance. I'll add a link to a blog post on programs around Austin to reference if you're in the area. Finally, consider your future plans. If you're gonna stay in the house long term, it might make more sense to put more down to save money. A good rule of thumb is to base your savings goal on the type of home you're aiming for. If you're looking to buy a $300,000 home, 5% down is $15,000, and don't forget to save for closing costs and moving expenses too. The key is finding that balance between what you can afford now and what makes most sense for your lifestyle. Here's the bonus hack I mentioned earlier. You don't have to do this alone. Some people team up with friends or even family members who want the benefit of investing in real estate, but they don't want to buy a full property on their own. This is a smart way to split your upfront costs, lower your monthly mortgage payment, and get your foot in the door as a homeowner sooner. Just make sure you have a clear legal agreement in place so that everyone is protected. Last pro tip, just based on experience, just because you have enough cash to put 20% down doesn't necessarily mean you should. It might make sense for you to keep that money in the bank for future repairs, renovations, or just simply put it into the market. So whether you're putting 3%, 5%, or 20% down, the right number depends on your goals, your budget, and your timeline. In our next video, we'll talk about how to save for a down payment without being miserable. You won't want to miss it. If you found this helpful, hit like, subscribe to Homebuyer University, and leave your questions in the comments. We might cover them in a future video.